sick. You sold 7,700 last week.
Okay.
Uh, so I have no idea, like, how much money you made from that, or how much money you're gonna make from that. Do you have like a rough estimate?
Probably 40%. So, consider like 2,500 maybe.
Okay, so let's say 3 grand. That sounds way better.
Okay.
Just saying, like, I took a week off of school, went to Nebraska, made 3 grand last week. Um, not like that. Like say it way more aggressive. Like,
Okay.
here's how I made 3 grand last week leading the blitz. With the fellas. Um,
Okay.
let's see. How do you want to say that in your own words? Like, because I know some people don't want to be like, I made 3 grand last week. Like, look at me.
Like I made 3K last week. Here's how I did it. Or like I made 3K last week. Kind
Yep.
of like the I took a break. I took a week off from school. Made 3K. This is how I did it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And it can be like, I ditched school for a week and just made 3 grand. Now I'm back. Here's what I learned.
I love that. Say that again.
I took a week off from school, made 3 grand. Now I'm back, and here's what I learned.
Okay. I love that. I love that. I took a week off school, made 3K, and now I'm back. Here's what I learned.
Yep.
Took a week off of school, made 3K, now I'm back. Here's what I learned. Um, I took a week off of school, made 3K, now I'm back. Here's what I learned. Is that right? This feels.
Boom. Love it.
Wait, let me retake that. That was a bad take. Um, I took a week off of school, made 3K, now I'm back. Here's what I learned. I took a week off of
Cool.
school, made
And
3K,
then,
now I'm back. Here's what I learned. Okay, yeah, what's up?
cool. And then just start yapping. Just fucking tell me what you learned
Oh,
as much as the person behind the camera.
okay. But the biggest thing was icebreakers. So I went into the week knowing the script, having that down, but I didn't know how much personability made deals happen. After knocking with like some of the top guys, it really taught me how a good icebreaker or just a little one-liner is huge for building rapport and closing deals. Second thing would be
Literally stealing off of your Instagram posts. You can just talk about fundamentals. You can just say, like, you don't need to be cute. Just do the simple stuff. Learn your script. Knock doors. Like, stick to the fundamentals. And that's literally just from your old post. It's
yeah,
the same content, just
yeah,
said in a different way.
yeah. Okay, perfect. A huge thing was just stick to the fundamentals. Know the script. When you run through the script and you actually just knock the doors, you get results. You don't have to know this trick or tactic or anything. If you know the script, you can get results. One one thing I kind of learned that was huge. One thing that I kind of learned that was huge this week was just going through the script and sticking to the script. A lot of the times I wanted to make it my own and change up this word and that word to make it seem like it flowed better. But then I realized those sales weren't going through. Although I felt maybe a little more comfortable with what I was saying, the deals weren't happening because I was using different words. I wasn't communicating the same message. So that was huge in terms of close rate and all that. Huge thing with the fundamentals goes along rapport, building rapport. I thought I could do it very well, and I could to an extent, right? But being able to build rapport and ask the right questions was something I really learned how to do well this past week. When you build rapport with someone and they feel like they understand you and that they feel a connection, it's huge, because now they trust you. Now they feel comfortable giving you their money, which is ultimately what sales is. I don't know. Should I?
I like where you're going. Now let's try to say all of this stuff. Like, let's try to say those three things in like 2 sentences or less. Just keep them really quick. Keep them really like,
Okay.
like stick to the fundamentals. I teach my team every single day. They got to learn the script. They got to understand that this is a game of numbers.
Okay.
Something like that where it's just super like, associated with your team, associated with what you're doing. Because this is middle of funnel content, but we also want to hint at like, hey, I'm running a cool ass sales team.
Okay.
You can join, but I'm not
selling.
you in.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. So say stick to the fundamentals. Something I teach my team every day is know the script and know it well. You should be able to rehearse the entire thing. Let me say that again.
That's really well said.
Something big. Stick to the fundamentals. It's something I teach my team every single week. Is you should know the script and you should know it well. You should be able to run through the entire thing. And then, what was the other? Rapport. And you want me to say in 2 sentences or less?
Rapport.
So.
And then for that one, you can literally just say like, building rapport is everything. People are buying you; they're not buying your service. So I need to build the rapport with them that I'm their best friend. I'm the best, window cleaner in the nation, right at their doorstep.
Okay. The other thing is building rapport. Rapport is a huge piece of the sales process. The customer isn't buying the service; they're buying you as a person. You as a person.
And you can keep it at that too. Like, don't ever feel like you gotta say too much on here. It's the ideas that we want to keep consistent. Like this video, you may say rapport is very important. They buy you, not your service, and you leave it at that. Your next video could be a 3-minute video just talking about that and like what goes into actually building rapport, what that even means. But what do you think about that sentence? Like, they buy you, they're not buying your service. So,
I mean, I totally agree with it. Like, I think it's valid. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could add. Like,
what would be something that you would do differently, or what's something that you messed up on? Like, highlight of failure of the week too.
Oh, okay.
Like, how could you have made $5,000?
Okay. The biggest mistake I made last week was in terms of energy and mindset. The biggest piece for me on the 2 days where I didn't do well is start over. The biggest mistake I made last week was in terms of mindset and energy. One thing I noticed when the days where I did very poorly is I was slouched over. I was making excuses. I was moping. I was walking in between doors. And that just had a huge impact on my overall energy levels and the way I was feeling, the way I was selling, the way I was pitching everything. Say.
That's money.
Okay.
That's money. That's so good. I would say like this video is gonna be great. Let's redo the hook, and if you're comfortable with it, like start on the bunk bed and like jump down and be like, I made $3,000 last week on a blitz skipping school.
Okay, sweet. Yeah,
that's sitting down.
That's perfect. I'm gonna back it up a little bit.
You can literally keep it right there, and then you can just drop into the frame.
Okay. So what I'm saying What am I saying?
As soon as you drop down, be like, I made $3 grand last week by skipping school, and then it's gonna cut to the part where you actually say, I made $3 grand on a blitz last week skipping school. Here's what I learned.
Okay, sweet. So I made $3 grand last week skipping school.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I made $3 grand last week skipping school. Okay. Let's take that again.
Yeah, I love this. This is so much better than a sitting down hook.
I made $3 grand last week skipping school. Okay.
That's good.
We do another one.
Sweet. That should be video 1. I think we got more than enough on there
Sweet.
for one video, if not split them into 2. So that's perfect. Do you wanna click stop on the record, and then every time we record a video, just so the raw